everybody, it's me again. Today we're gonna talk about a new slasher movie from 1981. Again, one of those year, that good year that had all these great slashers coming out. This one's called Madhouse from 81. Also called There Was a Little Girl, though I like Madhouse better. Now, it gets a 5.5 on IMDb. They're not really, they're known faces, but I don't know the actors, and I didn't bother of really writing them down. I mean, the director was some guy named Alvidio uh, Asonodis or something. But the story is about twin sisters, and one is evil. One, the story. Every twin sister has a evil one, and I actually want to know if that's real. Not in the sense that the other sister is gonna kill everybody, but if one sister is harder to, if your parents, you get twins, and in their life cycle when they get older, is it harder on one twin to take care of, and because that one is a little bit more rebellious, or is that twin sister one evil, one good, that one, you know is that all bullshit? I don't know. They use that a lot. But she goes, sees her twin sister, and then eventually it doesn't turn out good, and her twin sister escapes and goes after her. And that's the movie. Now, the movie starts out with a really weird scene. Um, Two girls, the twins, I'm guessing, she's rocking one of her sister, and then she takes a fucking huge rock and smashes her face in, and she'll see bloody pulp. Now I'm thinking, then we go to a shot of Julia. This is one of the sisters. This is the good sister. She looks beautiful. If that was her, that was her being fucking smashed in. I mean, she would look like Scarface, right? I mean, anywho, she's teaching these deaf kids, with sign language, and trying to make them read again. And it's hard for them, but they're trying a good deed. But her uncle, a Reverend, what's his name? Father James. It's her uncle, actually, also. He says you have to visit your twin sister Mary. She's called Mary. She's called Julia Sullivan, and in Mary Sullivan. No, because she's sick and she's not gonna live long. She has a skin disease that can kill her. Okay, she goes and watch it. Eventually, when she arrives on her bed, you see this gloved hand taking her by the wrist, saying, "You fucking bitch, you should have got this. You should have got this. I remember what I did to you when you were a little girl. Remember, you'll never get rid of me. I will always," and when she gets loose, "I will always find you." Like cackling like a fucking witch. So, okay, that wasn't a good idea from Father James, from Uncle James. Um, and then she goes to her boyfriend. Her boyfriend is a doctor named Sam, Sam Edwards, and she's telling that apparently her sister torment every time because they have the same birthday. Every time their birthday was up, she tormented her. She had to hide from her. She found her. She hurt her. She put needles in her. She put scolding out matches and put the scolding out matches on. And she had this big ass dog, she said, a Rottweiler, that if she just would have done this, he would attack. Now, this is something weird but cool at the same time. So this movie has three killers. Okay, two of them are being killed by one. So three of the five people are getting killed by one, not person, but a dog. Okay, and so the sister escapes with the help by a mysterious other killer, and that other killer has the dog with him, the Rottweiler. He kills a security guard, rips off his hand, bites out his throat. This got the goriest scene are with the dog, because later on when we see the Janet, the concierge, the caretaker of the building, the Japanese guy, he sees the dog, and the dog has this weird smile, like with his teeth on, and he smiles. He goes in a room and locks it, and the twin sister, you can clearly see it's a twin sister, and you see that something abnormal on her face, and she puts the knife in his heart. So that's a kill. She kills somebody, and our mysterious killers kill somebody in a very lame way. The dog then kills. The dog then kills Sasha, which is luckily we didn't see that shit, right? We didn't see that shit happening. But he was playing with another dog, Frisbee, in the park. Sasha was Julia's favorite pupil. She was she took him to mass, to see Father James, her uncle, and then the dog is in the park, the Rottweiler, and he kills him. We don't see it, luckily, but it happens. And then you've got this amazing, great performance of this woman. I'm not sure what her name is, Julia, the main girl in the movie, explaining in body language to these kids, these really young kids, how they have to, why that sometimes happen, and that they have, and she's really, and you can hear it. She has to really has this big thing in her throat that she really has to keep in to not just go out and cry like Niagara Falls. It's I actually almost cried. It's really really sad scene actually, when she's at a beautiful scene at the same time, because they're all saying nice things in words about Sasha, and it's just a beautiful scene, a really well done beautiful scene. Now what I did not like, and this is spoiler alert, so I'm gonna so for this, if you want to see this movie, it's a good one. I gave it a 5.7. That's 2.2. So from 5.5 to 5.7, because I liked the movie. Because of that scene alone, I got 0.02 points more for me, because that was so great. But what they did was they blown their wad in the first hour. The movie is an hour and 33 minutes, and the 59th minute they show us who the third killer is. One of the tenants of the building asks for this mysterious third killer to help her with this bag, which looks like a body bag, to put in the cellar, and she helps him. She says, "Whew, You got a body in there? And he says, as a matter of fact, yes, I do. Ha! And he opens the zipper and you see a body. And then she does this, and the way she's running away, oh, oh, oh. She's running away, and then the killer says, "Oh, I like this game." He takes a knife, and then he's in the she's in the main hall, and I mean, oh, and at the meantime, the boyfriend of Julia, she's at class, but Sam, the boyfriend, is taking a nap in her room, and she's she's really. Then she's screaming like a banshee. Yeah, let me in, Julia. He doesn't hear that, so he sleeps, I think, through a nuclear explosion. Okay, and then she opens the front door to get out, and then of course the killer is singing this hymn, and she's like, "Ah!" The killer, then she hides under the bed, and the killer again singing, keep singing, then, and there once was a little girl, and then he's standing under the bed and with the knife, and he's, "Ah! Ah!" And he lets her keep going away to her apartment. She locks the door, and then she's sitting in this rocking chair, and the rocking chair starts to move, and then he's ending his song, the killer, and then you see this. So this is a 7-minute chase. Yeah. 2 times the opportunity to kill her. And what happens, you see this blanket, this sheet, and the shadow of this knife going in her. That's it. That's the kill. How anticlimactic. And who is the killer? The spoilers, right? Uncle James. Yeah. So he's preparing this entire birthday party. He's the one who kept the dog for all this. And also, there's something weird. Or I have a dog. Now, a dog. The theory behind dogs is the age of dogs is the smaller dogs can live up to 20-25 years old. The bigger dogs, they usually between 10-15 years old. A Great Dane can even only get like 7 to 8 years old. Now we got an Akita. She's already over her limits, which is 12 years old. She's 14 years old, which is extreme, right? But I mean, sorry. I mean, this dog has to be 30 years old at least. And he killed Sasha, that we didn't see, but we did see him killing a friend of Julia that stayed with her, called Helen. Her throat being ripped out. The dog was the more cooler killer of the movie. But then, eventually, he surprises Julia. He puts a blindfold on her head, and he takes her to the basement, and then all the bodies of the I think 4 bodies, the janitor, the caretaker, the Asian caretaker, the security guard, Helen, and then the tenant is sitting there. She opens he opens her blindfold. It's like, what? She's trying to run away, and he says, "It's useless. I locked all the doors." And then she eventually comes across her sister, and she's like, "Come, my sister. Now we finally meet without all those restraints." No! She talks like that. She talks like that. Really annoying. And then we see her fucked up face. It's not really fucked up. It's like she has this, like somebody gave her a shiner. Yeah. and that's it. That's it. And I think something with her ear too. I think she didn't have an ear, but I couldn't see that straight because she pulls her hair away to show her, and she says at some point uh, the dog is keeping watch outside, like the good, because he does everything they do, and she doesn't want to kill Julia. She wants to make her look like her. So basically mutilating her face. So, but then she said, "Why did you kill them all? She killed them." And then the Father James, the uncle, said, "But killing is not such a bad business. It's my business as a priest. Look." He kills Mary, puts a knife on her back. Now, here is the pitch. Why did he do that? I don't know. Because he's fucking crazy. He did. Okay. Sorry, I had to spoil it. So I spoiled it, right? Yeah, I said the spoiler alert, right? He puts a knife in her back. She's dead. Why did he do that? Just because to prove a point. See how easy it is? That's his point. And then he starts dancing and dancing with a fake cowboy head on his head. And then Sam comes back, Dr. Sam, the boyfriend of Julia. He sees that dog, he closes the door, the dog punches through. And I don't like seeing animal violence, but okay, you had to do something to the dog. He takes a fucking drill and drills a fucking scullion of the dog. Then he goes in and he sees the father, he's just bouncing around and up the daisy. And then he doesn't even, it's like he sees, oh, we have another guest. Come on, up the daisy, up. It's like, and he doesn't even really does something to him. He eventually helps her escape because she's bound. She's bound. He's trying to, he has this little axe. He's trying to cut the cord. And then we see the knife against his throat. And then we see him, the party is over. Then we see Julia taking the axe. And that's the most fucked up kill, the goriest kill. I'm guessing with that and the dog kills, the two dog kills. We see Helen and the security guard. She starts chopping in his back, but like 10 times. You see the flesh, the shards of flesh coming out of his back, and even that the doctor is almost scared of Julia, thinking she's now a psychopath, but she drops it. And then we get a last scare of Mary. She's alive. She grabs Julia. She says, "You're never gonna get rid of me." Ooh. Why they did that, I don't know, because she's dead. So yeah, I'm rid of you, bitch. And then the movie ends. But the thing is, this movie was actually not bad. It was a good movie until the end. The first of all, they shouldn't have um, showed us the third killer at the hour mark of the movie, right? They should have kept him as a surprise at the very end. And then why he kills Mary, there should be an explanation. He doesn't give one. He just gives dead is easy, killing somebody is easy. That's his only reason. So he did all that trouble helping her escape out of the asylum, getting the dog that's 30 fucking 40 years old, I'm not sure, a dog with unlimited lifespan, that kills a security guard, all that trouble, only to kill her at her own party, and her, because she's also, because we see her, because Julia's birthday is coming up, and we see 2 days, 3 days to Julia's birthday, 2 days, 1 day, and then her birthday. And Mary, of course, is also, she's also the birthday girl. That's so stupid. Why he did all that just to kill her off without any reason at all. Without any reason at all. Besides completely and utterly insane. And these situations were choreographed. These kills already were all choreographed. So he was the brains, and now he does something so stupid that he's like a brainless idiot. And like I said, they just showed the killer too fast, because the movie had good atmosphere, really creepy moments. You heard because Mary was already in the building in a vacant apartment, and she was whispering things through the air ducts, and Julia heard it, and she thought she heard it in her head. And at some point, Father James is almost trying to put it on that she's the one doing all this shit. He's trying to psychological, being a psychological asshole, and trying to convert that shit to her. And her boyfriend, the doctor, he doesn't agree with him, but he knows she heard something, but he said it may not be something she thinks she heard. So he's a good boyfriend. He's there to help her, to rescue her. I'm not sure if they're gonna stay together, because he looked pretty damn afraid after that fucking axe attack. But yeah, and the character actors were great. That I don't know most of the characters. The doctor, I know him from. He has a face from movies. Julia, I never saw her in a movie. Mary, you didn't recognize her because he had all the makeup on. Father James, I don't know who he was. But that Julia actress really did a good job, and she know all the sign languages, and and the fact that she was tormented, and that she really had almost PTSD, and she really did a great job of giving that to us, the audience. And her boyfriend was also good as a caring boyfriend, and he even called Helen then when to try to look an eye on her, to stay with her. And obviously she gets fucked up either. She gets fucked up too, but anyhow. And I've never seen a slasher where they have a dog, a Rottweiler, or a big dog as an accomplice killer. I've never seen that before. I don't. These are in 80s slasher movies. Now maybe in recent slasher movies, yeah, but in 80s slasher movies. So it's a good movie, but they blow their wad at the 59th minute of the movie. And then you get this 7-minute long chase that's really boring, really tedious, and the kill is really anticlimactic. So it gets a like I said, a 5.7, just because of that sad scene where she's explaining. She's almost. I think the actress really was in tears. You're really. I mean, trying to explain to kids death, the meaning of death, and the fact that you lost your classmate. That's really hard. In any case, see it. It's on YouTube. It's free on YouTube. Subscribe. Let's make a mini community, and see you later.